CDC. Hello and welcome to Prado Hall. This is Evacuation to the Manor House. On today's show, our evacuees join the forces.
Give the enemy a face that will make them turn on their heels and run away in absolute fear.
Miss Young makes it loud and clear.
Repeat after me. Talk.
They need to speak properly.
It's not talk, it's talk.
And an unexpected visitor...
Who's this?
...leaves them gobsmacked. We've taken a brand new group of 12 modern girls and boys back to the 1940s to experience life as an evacuee. Over 1 million city children were sent to the safety of the countryside during the Second World War, and the fortunate ones got to stay in some very grand houses. Despite enjoying some of the perks of life in a posh house,
I'm in heaven.
our evacuees have found wartime Britain a real slog.
And I'm just so glad that I live in the future, because the past is rubbish.
They've put up living with complete strangers.
Don't have any problem with the rest of the group, it's just you.
And they've battled with early starts and wartime discipline.
Ready?
But after a week and a half, they're slowly settling into life at the Manor House.
Best thing about living in wartime that I don't always want to do. I've really got into the morning chores.
Come on, girls and boys, put your backs into it.
Another morning, and for our evacuees, it's business as usual. Or so they think. In wartime Britain, those living on the home front learned to be prepared for the unexpected, as they never knew who could turn up next. In this case, it's a new evacuee.
Is that house? It's quite big.
As air raids increased during the war, more children were moved to the safety of the countryside.
Who's this?
It wasn't uncommon to have new arrivals, but it's a bit of a shock for our evacuees.
What's your name?
It's extremely kind.
Charlie, I'm Mr. Anderson. I'm the butler here. You better come this way, we'll see you. Carry on, everyone! Excuse me!
Close your mouth, Jack.
She looks older than us. She might be either 13 or 14.
I think it's going to be really fun having a new person. But I feel sorry for her because she's missed out on loads of fun, like going to see her Lord and Lady.
South Londoner Sade won't be meeting the Lord and Lady until she's proved herself downstairs.
What's your name?
Sade.
Sade. And what are these things that you have in your face? Piercings? We've got to remove these straight away.
Sorry, Sade. Young ladies didn't have facial piercings in the 1940s. And as the other evacuees found out when they first arrived, you can't set foot in the big house until you've had a proper scrub down. Poor Mrs. Dobinson has never seen anything like it.
There you go.
In wartime, inner city children often had head lice. And just like the rest of our evacuees, the new girl needs fumigating.
There's nothing funny about this. Wipe that smirk off your face, young lady, immediately. Your hair. Come on.
For style-conscious Sade, sticking her head in a bucket isn't a good look.
I would say I'm a poser. Well, walk up to the mirror. Looking good. Just look at myself for a bit and go, gosh, you look so cute. This is called a Madonna, but I never take it out. I never take it out. Never, ever take it out.
But Mrs. Dobinson is having none of Sade's lip.
And the thing I miss the most will most probably be my lip piercing because that was way out of order to take that away.
Now then, boys and girls, this is Sade, and Sade is joining us. Now, you're all going to have to show Sade what to do.
With the introductions over, it's straight back to work. And just like everyone else, Sade has to muck in. Literally.
Right, can you line up down there, please?
I just thought it was out of order because because I was a brand new person and they put me to work straight away, and I just thought that was rather rude.
There's a whole ton of horse manure to shift. If this isn't the worst job so far, it's definitely the smelliest.
Today, we've got to muck the garden. So what we've got to do, we've got to load the wheelbarrows up, which are all around you, and we've got to take it through to the vegetable patch.
Ah, the smells of the country.
The manure just smelled like really, really, really bad poo. It absolutely stunk. It was worse than ours.
You walked close to it and it just slapped you in the face. It was poo and me, and that just is not nice.
It might stink to high heaven, but after a week and a half of daily chores, our evacuees have learnt to put up and shut up. But it looks as though Sade hasn't done a hard day's work in her life and doesn't intend to start now.
You know Jordan, I'm like that.
Go on, that's it.
And I was looking in the mirror in my bikini and they were like...
Sade's workshy ways haven't gone unnoticed.
And the thing is, she hasn't really done any work. She's just picked up a fork and put some poo in the barrel like 3 times.
Sade is even worse than Jade, like even mouthier than Jade, which is amazing because I thought that would never happen.
Because when people chat to me, when I...
Sade, I know you're new, but let's have some work out of you. Let me have that, all right? I want you to brush the yard now, where all this muck is. See around the outside? No, Sade's going to do it. Come on, let's see some work out of you. Yeah, I was surprised this morning to see that we had a new evacuee. Sade, I think her name is. I can see that we really have got to get to terms with her. She needs some discipline.
That might be easier said than done, Mr. Goodall.
The way they talk to you, I just think, oh my gosh, who do you think you're talking to? Even though I know they have to, but I'm not like that bothered, but I am.
So far, new evacuee Sade hasn't exactly taken to wartime Britain. But after a morning's hard work, surely she'll be impressed with a hot lunch.
Today we've got leftover pheasant from the formal dinner last night. I think it'll go down very well.
When our evacuees arrived, they preferred chicken nuggets to leftover pheasant. But after a week and a half in the 1940s, they're not the fussy eaters they were. In wartime Britain, it was waste not, want not. But Sade's not buying it.
That's out of order to get the leftover dinner, because that's just wrong. That's wrong. The pheasant, everyone was saying that it tastes of chicken. Did not taste of chicken. It tastes something nasty. No.
Settling into life as a new evacuee was never going to be easy. But Sade's attitude has caused quite a stir.
She just expects to come here and be treated like a princess and like the lords and ladyship of. But she also doesn't realise what it means to be an evacuee.
The thing is, she's doing more talk than she is work, and she's like expecting to be treated like the queen, as if she's the bee's knees.
What Sade needs is a good dose of wartime spirit, and what better way than a visit from the front line.
Round here, shoulder to shoulder.
In fact, Sgt Rae and Nurse Durkin are here to teach all the evacuees an important lesson.
During the Second World War, at 14, boys could join the cadet force. And to put our chaps to the test, they're having a drill session from Sgt Rae. Let's just hope they're up to the mark.
I have been called in here to give you your first day's military training.
In the army, you do as you're told.
Stand by.
Go! And that means following orders.
Move! In and back in! Once the last man's in! Stand by! And stand by the sides! Thumbs running down the seams of the shorts! Look up! Do we understand?
Yes, Sergeant.
The same.
Yes, Sergeant!
Louder!
Yes, Sergeant!
That's what I want.
He's harsh.
You want to be in my army?
Yes, Sergeant!
Give me a face that means that you're out to give the enemy a seriously hard time. Give me the face!
Yes, Sergeant!
The face, don't growl, I don't want to hear anything. I just want to see you go,
I think Sgt Rae's got a new recruit there in Nish.
Give the enemy a face that will make them turn on their heels and run away in absolute fear. Come on, give the face. You lad, give the face. Scare me, that's it. Shivering. Come on, lad. Come on, then. All right, are we ready for something? Are we ready now for a little bit of physical exertion?
Yes, Sergeant!
Right! Turn!
1, 2, 3, 1!
Double march!
Sorry, Sergeant.
Don't ever apologise!
Boys as young as 17 were sent off to war. But before our lads can even think about fighting, they need to be fighting fit first.
It is a bit of a nightmare, but it's something that has to be done.
I didn't say walk, I said jump!
Unlike today, girls in the 1940s couldn't be soldiers, but they still had a vital role in the war effort, and learning first aid was just a beginning.
Today I'm just going to take you through some principles for treating bleeding, breaks and some splintage.
With a shortage of supplies in wartime, nurses had to improvise, in this case with Mrs. Dobinson's best sheets.
Right. We have now a strip of material and we're going to roll it into a bandage, OK? So basically we're going to be applying pressure to bleeding and putting a bandage over the top.
There's a real skill to bandaging a wound, and it's one the girls don't seem to have. Steady on there, Mary. And Sharon seems to have left Rachel's hat on. No, Nurse Durkin is not amused.
Well, you've blinded your casualty.
I hit my leg, so they were putting this bandage around me, and then it just slid off, and it's done there.
The girls are getting up to high jinks, but Sgt Rae has the boys well and truly in line.
Are you a team?
Yes, Sergeant!
What are you taking on board now?
How to work as a team, Sergeant.
Don't sigh. Never sigh.
Sorry,
I'm addressing
Sergeant.
one of your men.
That sigh could cost Dan dear. In the army, self-discipline is vital.
You will learn the lesson. The more you ignore what it is I'm getting through to you, then the more the team will suffer because of you. You say go because you side, and the rest of the people will run 3 times round the courtyard and they react to your word of command. Go! You know what you're gonna do? Go! When you're ready, you shout 1. When you're ready, you shout 2, until they have completed 3 circuits of this courtyard.
Punishing the rest for Dan's mistake might seem unfair, but that's the point.
I think it should be him, because he's killing us. I'm so tired.
By making Dan unpopular with the group, Sgt Rae can be sure he won't step out of line again.
2! I really didn't know that you couldn't sigh.
Attention! Yep, right, yep.
Sgt Rae's putting the boys through their paces.
Yep, right, yeah.
But being a soldier isn't all about the brawn, which is just as well, looking at those press-ups.
1, 2, 3!
It's time to get their brains in gear as well.
I'm going to give you each now a number. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to memorise it. Do we understand?
Yes, Sergeant!
Go!
That's an 8-digit number to get perfect. Good luck, boys. Meanwhile, the girls are having a break, or 2, so the nurse can show them how to make splints. What they lacked in the bandage department, they're making up for in amateur dramatics. That performance is worthy of an Oscar, Mary. And even new girl Sade has finally made herself useful.
What would be your first logical question?
Where is it hurting?
It's hurting just around here.
So what are we going to do? Our break is most likely here.
In the shin.
So we go below, we tie on the opposite side. OK?
Oh, so it keeps it straight.
See? So this leg is splinting this leg.
At last, the girls start taking it seriously and gain some useful nursing skills.
So, can we all see the logic of this?
Yeah. Relax your arm.
For Sharon, this wartime task is right up her street.
I do think this is quite important to do, first aid, because even when we're in the 21st century, this will all come in handy.
Super ambitious Sharon already has her eyes set on the future.
I want to be a doctor when I grow up. I work really hard. I study really hard when I get home. I really don't mind, you know, like blood and all those gory stuff. I'll be around them when I'm a doctor, so I really don't mind it.
The edge towards the arm, and then you go opposite side, and then you go that.
Well done, Sharon. That about wraps it up.
You yell at me.
The boys are about to face what could be their toughest test yet.
When I come to you, what I want you to do is to give me your army number, loud and clear, followed by your rank, which is cadet.
cadet, followed by your surname.
In war, mistakes cost lives, so any information needs to be right the first time.
Don't you even think about getting this wrong.
Oh dear, boys. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes right now.
When I come to you, tap my stick, I want you to give me it in a oneer.
24358094 Cadet Rushton Sergeant.
24358094. Cadet Rushton has got something just about right for the first time today. If he's got it right, you will get it right.
24358095 Cadet Williams Sergeant.
24358096 Cadet Dunstan Sergeant.
3 out of 3 so far. They're managing to hold their nerve.
24358097 Cadet Sayer Sergeant.
Do it again.
Stop! Stop!
Part of being a soldier is having the ability to think under pressure, and Sgt Rae has no problem in applying it.
That's not good news.
Do it faultlessly now. One more time, faultlessly.
24358097 Cadet Sayer Sergeant.
Well done. Face front.
Two, 4358098 Cadet Smith Sergeant.
Totally focused, accurate, intelligent, smart.
24358099 Cadet Headday Sergeant.
Outstanding. Reckon?
Yes, Sergeant.
Proud of him?
Yes, Sergeant.
Got 2 little sharp cookies here, haven't I?
Fall! Out!
They've got through cadet training in one piece, and hopefully learned some valuable lessons.
I don't understand half of what he's saying, but I just follow orders.
And this is an impression of Sgt Rae.
I think it would go well to be a Nazi, but thank goodness we've got people like that in Britain. Otherwise the war would be over straight away.
Attention!
There's only one thing scarier than Sgt Rae, and that's Miss Young.
When you speak to Miss Young, look her in the eye and speak to her. Don't look at the ceiling or everything. She doesn't like that at all.
If Sade thought wartime was tough so far, she ain't seen nothing yet.
She'll tell you to sit. As soon as you sit, fold your... No, she'll tell you to sit in your seat. Fold your arms and don't touch anything. If you touch anything, you'll get a big telling off.
How now, brown cow?
Again?
How now, brown cow? In the 1940s, speaking the King's English was considered extremely important indeed.
Less of that northern twang.
It couldn't be worse for South Londoner Sade. Her first lesson with Miss Young is all about how to speak posh.
Considered speech, clearly enunciated, is elocution. That is my lesson for you today.
And to start, she's taking them right back to basics.
First the vowels. A.
A.
E.
E. Like, Miss Young has this neck thing going on, and she does this. Like, the neck thing's here, and she goes, A. E. I.
O.
O. I'm not impressed when she does it.
Repeat after me. Talk.
Talk.
Again. Talk.
Talk. She went, not talk, it talk. And I went, talk.
I think that's too posh for me.
Stand up, new girl.
Sade sure likes to talk, but she might not have much to say about this.
Say what I've written.
Count your blessings.
You won't say it like that.
Oh dear.
You will pronounce the T at the end of the word count.
Count your blessings.
Blessings.
Miss Young is a stickler for pronunciation.
Count your blessings.
You have lost the T. Go back to the word count.
And has very high standards indeed.
Count your blessings.
And you, now that you are here, in this great house, in this good class, you will count your blessings.
Sade can at least count her blessings that the lesson is over.
The new evacuee seems quite nice at the moment, but the elocution lessons I think are going to be quite hard for her, because in the lesson Miss Young had a go at her for not reading out a sentence properly, and I think she found it quite hard at her first day of school.
With Miss Young out of earshot, Sade can let rip.
Horrible! I don't like her. I don't like her at all. She's horrible. Oh. What have you noticed?
But Mary has got just the thing to cheer her up.
The chance evacuation is now about to commence. Line up. Girls first.
Pay attention!
It's been a busy day so far.
So happy when milk break comes round.
Fortunately, his lordship has planned something they'll hopefully enjoy, and it should put dinner on the table too.
This afternoon we're going to take them fishing on the lake. Obviously we want something to eat, and if they can catch some fish, that's going to improve our diet. I used to go fishing down at the lake. Now, although my father and everybody else had very expensive fishing rods, they wouldn't trust me with one. So I used to have to make my own fishing rod. I think I'm going to get all the boys making the rods because it's a sort of boy thing to do. Now, the girls have got something very exciting. You're going to have a worm hunt.
Yay!
You're looking forward to this.
That's exciting.
I think that might be a bit of a fib, Jade.
Come on, girls, with me then, please.
City girl Sade isn't up for worm handling either.
I don't like worms and they make me feel ill.
But as long as Sharon does the picking up, at least she's willing to dig.
If I don't mind this and Sharon don't mind that, we're a good team.
I don't mind these earthworms, really. They're not going to hurt you or bite you. They're all right.
It's just a worm, and so it's not going to hurt you or anything. It's not like a maggot which will eat you.
After a week and a half in the country, our city children have learned if you want dinner, you have to get your hands dirty.
It's a lot of muck.
It's a lot of muck.
They've discovered animals aren't always cute.
It farted in my face.
And finding out exactly where your food comes from wasn't easy. But now they're true hunter-gatherers, catching fish should be small fry.
If I catch a fish, I think it's going to taste a lot better because I'm the one who's caught it and it's my fish and I can claim it as my own.
I will catch fish, I will. I just will catch fish.
The hunting instincts of the man weren't created so you could walk down to local shops and buy a fish at the fish and chip shop.
Crikey, the fish won't know what's hit them. And even his lordship thinks these novice anglers are in with a chance.
Yes, you never know. We might be in luck, mightn't we? We've got enough of them. Put it that way, we can actually surround the fish, I think, if there are any there.
It couldn't be better. Good weather, beautiful surroundings. Let the fishing frenzy begin!
I'd rather do fishing than other sports because it doesn't need physical strength. It's all about determination and patience. But I've been standing here barely a minute and I'm already bored to death because all you do is just sit there waiting for fish that might not even be in the lake and you haven't even got a chair.
Any second now. Come on, Mr. Fishy. Any second.
I thought as soon as you put the fishing rod into the water that you'll catch fish because there's worms there, but that's not true.
Patience is a virtue, Sade. Something all our evacuees could do with learning.
Kind of a bit boring because I don't think we're going to catch anything.
I'm still bored.
Maybe the fish just aren't biting today. But hang on. Sharon's caught something. And it looks like a big one. Oh, a big log.
Oh, it's going splendid, really. I'm having lots of catches, except they're not fish.
I wouldn't fancy that battered with chips. Sade seems to have gone one better. She's managed to catch a whole tree. Jade and Sade might have got their wires crossed, but there's one thing they definitely agree on.
Bored of them, and I think they've got too much land, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think they should make at least a shopping centre out of this. We could nip down to the shops.
It looks like this fishing trip has been a complete washout.
I really feel like getting in there and giving those fish a piece of my mind.
It's only London local Olivia who's taken to this country pursuit.
I nearly caught a fish. I was so close. And it just went, ah! And I panicked. I tried to put it up to it, but it wouldn't come. Look, it's still there, look. You can see the bubbles tying up. It's still there mocking me. I escaped, haha.
This is a huge change for sci-fi loving Olivia. Back home, she rarely sees daylight.
If I had a choice between going out to the countryside and staying on the computer, I think I would stay on the computer. I'm not a very outdoorsy person.
In fact, her main love isn't even from this planet.
Love Transformers. That's all I ever think about, all I ever talk about. I just sit in my teacher's science room just talking about Transformers for ages and ages and ages. People think it's strange I like science fiction, stuff like that, and science itself. But I don't really care what they think.
Despite her determination, even Olivia has to admit defeat, as Lord Olstead calls it a day.
Well done, you've all tried jolly hard, but if you can now just bring your rods and just put them up here.
Yeah, I hope it probably doesn't mean no supper because we didn't catch any fish. I'm hoping there's something else that they could cook us.
No fish and chips? This is a disaster. After days of spam, boiled cabbage, and other 1940s delights, our evacuees really could have done with a bit of comfort food.
The hardest thing in the 1940s that I've probably had to get used to is the food.
World War II doesn't have any spicy foods whatsoever, and I need some spice.
I just really want a big bowl of cheesy pasta, like all melted and squishy or something.
Pizza.
My taste buds are dying. Dying. Dying!
I don't think pizza's been invented yet in the 1940s.
Our evacuees might still be in luck. After their hard work today, Cook thinks they deserve a treat.
What do we have today, Cook?
Fish and chips.
It wasn't the evacuees' catch of the day, but with chips on the menu for the first time, nobody seems to mind.
What do you say to Cook?
Thank you, Cook! New girl Sade is beginning to realise living in the 1940s isn't all bad.
Everything's fine. I'm going to definitely stay because at first I was thinking second thoughts, but I love it here. I love it here.